speak of Lucifer and Satan in the same tone. Most of them believe that Satan is nothing in the world more than a principle. It's an opposing principle of the yin-yang. Now, you've seen the yin-yang. You know the yin-yang. It's, for example, the flag of South Korea. I don't know if it's the only one, but I know for certain that the flag of South Korea has the yin-yang on it. What is it? Male, female, dark, white, good, evil. You've got the principle, all involved in one circle which completes the whole, but in it are two completely opposed and separate things. So why is that important to me? Because from the good, bad, and the two opposing parts, you produce the whole. There can never be a whole, there can never be a syncretism without the two opposing parts that are eventually brought together. It's like thesis, antithesis or antithesis, and then what do you get? Synthesis. The New World Order, I hope you're following me, the movers and shakers of this planet create wars on both sides, create chaos, and out of chaos comes synthesis. They present a thesis, people can't accept that. They present a thesis they don't want, then they present an antithesis or an antithesis to it, and they certainly don't want that, but they're willing to compromise on the thesis, and what happens is they come together and produce a synthesis. And that, therefore, is their goal. It produces what they intend to get. They intend to have a new world order, and if they have to raise up ISIS, if they have whatever they have to do it, they'll do it until the people are willing to say, give us peace, give us, we have to have it, and we're willing to do whatever you want us to do, and from that comes the synthesis. Now, there's a place in Arizona called Phoenix, Arizona. I did a little research into that place out there. It was started by one man back in the 1800s. Hard to believe. One man. And this one man, through time, the place began to build because of his presence and what he offered the people and this and that and so forth and so on, until it eventually became a town that grew and had about at least four, five or six different names until they wanted to name it after this man. But then finally they wound up naming it Phoenix. Now, Phoenix is the mythological bird. Phoenix is the bird that was died or put to death, or however it came to an end. But then it was raised up again. It was resurrected. It was brought back. It came back. And that's what the Phoenix is about. It's about coming out of chaos. It's about order out of chaos. The whole philosophy of the New Age movement, which is one of the arms of the Illuminati, which is the arm of the Luciferians, which is the arm of the ruling elite. And let me tell you this before I go any further. You can read every book until you've got to on the internet until your eyeballs pop out. There's enough stuff on there to keep you busy for the next 2,000 years. If you read everything that's on the internet that's available about all this stuff, you'd spend your whole life reading this stuff. It's an impossibility. It's just overwhelming at the magnitude of the stuff available. But the bottom line is, there is a simple purpose behind all of this, and that is that they're going to rule this world. They're going to rule it. And they are at the point now where they're about ready to take what they intended to take through all this time, and it is order out of chaos. So they want chaos, they want wars, and they want people at each other's throat, and they agitate these wars, and then order comes out of chaos. To do your own study, it'd be a good study, is to go back to World War II after the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, when Germany signed away its birthright, essentially. The Allies forced them into a signature. The armistice was in 1918, but the Treaty of Versailles was in 1919, and it was done inside a French road car, and Germany went into a horrible period economically. But if you go back and you look at the building of Germany and go back and look at where the money came from in Germany, you'll find out that the money that came into Germany that rebuilt that country, a lot of that money came from America. It came from investors. And these people were financing on both sides what was going on in that horrible war in World War II. And they brought this man to where he is. Hitler could have never done what he did without money, folks. You don't build... He had an army at one time, probably 5 to 6 million men. He sent 3 million men into Russia in Operation Barbarossa. 3 million men. 3 million from that little old country over there in Germany. So he had millions of men in an army. Who financed all that? Who paid for all of that? You got to have money. These people are infinitely wealthy. And they'll do exactly what they intend to do. What are they? They're Luciferians. They believe that they have a knowledge that you don't have. They're tapped into a wisdom that you don't have. That they have the Christ on them, that anointing that you don't have. And that you are dealing with an inferior God, with an inferior Bible. And so therefore they're just going to treat you like the herd, like the crowd. And that's their idea. That's the way they see you. That there is a reality to this. I'm going to read something here that some of these people have said in the past. Let's get on over here, and I'm going to read what he said, and then I'm going to let you think of who said this. Here's a good quote. The dunces who led primitive Christianity astray, now who is that? That's the church fathers. By substituting faith for science, reverie for experience, the fantastic for the reality, and the inquisitors who for so many ages waged against magism a war of extermination, have succeeded in shrouding in darkness the ancient discoveries of the human mind, so that we now grope in the dark to find again the key of the phenomena of nature. Another one said, Lucifer is the equal of Adonai. With Lucifer, the god of light and goodness, struggled for humanity against Adonai, the god of darkness and evil.